Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. So I want to relate a situation that I'm sure everyone can understand, and that's the frustration of sending Bitcoin. My goodness, it can really cause you to lose sleep, especially if you're a newbie. You send funds and it just takes hours perhaps to arrive, and then you discover later on, or perhaps when you're about to send the transaction, that it might take up to $20 US, 30, 40, 50. You may have been unfortunate enough to seen hundreds of dollars as what it would cost to send a Bitcoin transaction. Bitcoin is unfortunately just very frustrating, and it's a frustration that has been shared ever since the inception of Bitcoin, and it's really why we have so many altcoins. It's to solve this exact issue, the fact that Bitcoin is very slow, and it can be very costly to send the funds, to the point where sending funds is practically like it's a redundant task. Like, why would you buy something online for $10 with Bitcoin if it's going to take 30 minutes and it's going to cost just as much to send those funds? So this is going to be a video about how to send those funds as cheaply as possible, because there are going to be times, I made a video just now about how to send crypto in a very cheap way, but there's going to be times where you might just have to send Bitcoin. Like, I love Bitcoin, we all love Bitcoin, and there's going to come a time where you need to send Bitcoin into cold storage, and you just want to do it in the cheapest way possible. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, and this is the way most people do it, and it's using a website called mempool.space, and that's it, no .com or anything, just mempool.space. Let me get out of the way here, and I'm going to break down what you're seeing here, okay? So what you're seeing on the right side with these blue squares, these are completed transactions. And on the left side with these gold colored boxes, these are transactions that are in queue. Well, these are blocks that are waiting to be, they're waiting to be fulfilled. So the information that you're trying to get is you're trying to see how much SAT/VB that you need to put in order to get the cheapest amount. So when you're sending a crypto transaction, let me pull up something here. This is a HODL, a peer-to-peer cryptocurrency exchange that I use. And if I zoom in here, I just want to show you this so it's nice and clear. You can select the transaction fee, and the way you select the fee is, it doesn't say, do you want to send $5 worth of Bitcoin as a fee or $10? The way it's measured is something called Satoshis per byte. So on Mempool, it says the same thing here, like SAT/VB. That means Satoshi per byte. And the question is, how much should you have to be in this first box? So if you want your transaction sent in under 10 minutes, you need to have a SAT/VB of 11. Now, if you don't mind waiting, and you don't mind waiting up to 20 minutes over here, then you need to have a SAT/VB of 9. This is in that second box here. If you don't mind waiting, how can we make it cheap? If you don't mind waiting 40 minutes, and then that means you need to select a SAT/VB of 8. So whenever you're sending funds on any wallet or anything like that, you'll have the option to write how much SAT/VB you want. Now, it doesn't actually say precisely how much money that actually is. So I'm going to simplify it for you, and I'm going to give you a rough estimate based on my experience. So in my experience, if I send funds and it's around, we'll just say 15 sats, like a little bit where it's at now. I'm used to sending funds at like 15 SAT/VB, and I've got to say that can be like as little as like $6 US, right? Which, as far as sending funds go, is very cheap, and you're very lucky to be sending it in that range. Now, I want to talk about the different zones. There's times where you're going to get really lucky, and that's times where the SAT/VB are from 0 to 20. That's like a sweet zone. Like, if you're able to send funds in that range and it's able to arrive in that first block here, this one that I'm showing here, there we go. So if you're able to get in this first box and it's this this SAT/VB range, 0 to 20, then you're good. It's going to cost from 0 to, I'd say, maybe $8, right? And that might be still annoying, but just accept that it's Bitcoin, and that's about as good as it gets. The lower the number, the better. Then you get to 20 to 50. Now, 20 to 50 is going to be, let me think, like $8 to 50, maybe $8 to in my experience, it could be 8 to up to 25 USD. But it really varies on the website using, like, the various crypto exchange or the wallet that you're using. So I'm trying to come up with just very general estimates based on my experience doing this over many wallets and many exchanges. So that's zone number 2, 20 sats/VB to 50. That's like a medium range, and if you can avoid it, you can send it another time. But if you had to send then and you really just want to get it done, just accept that that's just how it's going to be. If it's over 50 sats, just forget about it. Just wait another time. And these won't be uncommon times. Like, I almost consider it like the rain. There's just you wanted to go out for a picnic, and it just starts raining, and you have no choice but to just stay inside, and you think, well, we'll leave it till tomorrow, and it's still raining, and that's just life, and that's exactly how it is with the Bitcoin fees. Sometimes there's a lot of congestion, and the SAT/VB can range from 50 to, God forbid, up to 250. I've seen it up to 300 at times, and it become like ridiculous, right? And this is like a red zone. Do not send your Bitcoin if it's above 50 sats/VB, and this is going to save you, I'm telling you, because there are going to be times where, for whatever reason, you might be using exchange or using a wallet, and it literally may not tell you how much fees you have to send. And I've used exchanges and wallets like that. It's not as common, but there are times where you're not going to know how much you spend in fees until you send the transactions. And if you just got unlucky and it happened to be like 200 sats/VB that day, you could easily spend $50-$60 just in that transaction. And my goodness, it is frustrating. You're just going to be kicking yourself. And fortunately, I've made all these mistakes, so you hopefully won't have to. So if you were to get the TL, what's the too long didn't read version of this video, just try and send your funds between the 0 and 20 sats/VB range, and that'll allow you to send that'll cost like less than $10, which you might think is a lot and it's annoying, but that's as good as it gets. If you can send a Bitcoin transaction in under $10, that's as good as it gets. Just take the deal, swallow your pride and just do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested more in peer-to-peer cryptocurrency trading and debanking, you can sign up with these various peer-to-peer cryptocurrency exchanges in the description below. You can check out my referral links and you can sign up with them. And if you want to get more tips like this one, you can subscribe to this channel, and I hope to see you next time. See you later.